This is a video I want to make because I'm kind of sick of Mark Hamill and his actions as of late, so I'm gonna do it. I'm disappointed in you, Mark. You're not Luke Skywalker. You're the opposite of someone who went from an annoying kid to an awesome Jedi who cares about his friends and redeemed a bad guy. That's what made Luke Skywalker such a great character. My parents made me watch the original trilogy first before they did stupid music. My parents made me watch the original trilogy before the prequels because they thought the prequels were going to be scary. They haven't seen them at the time, that's why they had that thought process. I could show you the book later, but I really don't feel like it right now. And I remember The Last Jedi was coming out. I had the desire to meet you, Hamill. I had the desire to meet you, and this was before I found out my own political beliefs. I was not political when I was 11. I was apolitical. Didn't know anything going on at the time. And I called that... Sorry, that was a rock. And I called that good parenting. Alright? And, yeah, I didn't like The Last Jedi even when I was 11. I had the same flaws as everyone else. Even you. Maybe that's why they turned Luke Skywalker into some dead, whiny bitch. Because that's who you are, Mark. You sit on your tiny little privileged ass in neck of the woods, California, thinking that you are so holier than thou, thinking that you're going to get no consequences for your blind hatred. Now, if you just said you supported Biden, if you just said you're not a fan of Trump, that would have been fine. But you're obsessed with this man, for crying out loud. You're obsessed with him. You constantly tweet and tweet and tweet and tweet and tweet about Trump. You're obsessed with him, Mark. What is wrong with you? That's all you talk about. And so, I can't believe I'm living in a world where I'm focusing on a C-list character from The Mandalorian. I'm rooting for her. Not because she's a conservative, because she's actually a nice human being. I met her because I support her. I condemn what Lucasfilm did to her. I am a conservative too, and I want to work in the film industry. That is my dream. You are allowed to say whatever the fuck you want without any consequence whatsoever. While Gina Carano, she got fired for not wanting to put her pronouns in her bio and comparing something to Nazi Germany. You are everything the left claims Gina Carano is. I'm not even going to bring up the counter-arguments of her anymore. I mean, to be fair, that she could have compared something else to instead of Nazi Germany, but she is more tame compared to you. You are Alex Jones compared to her. And you just want to throw your fame away. You want to throw your Luke Skywalker, Joker, your 5 minutes of screen time in Kingsman Secret Service away, just so you could become some politician, some simp for one side of the aisle? The only two celebrities who will ever be successful in politics are Arnold Schwarzenegger and Charlton Heston. Arnold Schwarzenegger became the governor of California, something you were not able to do. Now, to be fair, looking back on it, he probably wasn't that great of a governor. I know, shocking, because he's my YouTube OC, and I'm criticizing him, but hey, that's fine. But Charlton Heston, on the other hand, he was not only the co-founder of the NRA, but he was also a civil rights leader during a time of racism. He was the most successful Republican in all of Hollywood. You, on the other hand, you're just pathetic. You're treating your fans like shit. And you could go force yourself, Mark Hamill. My heart has been broken ever since I discovered my own views in 2020 during the Black Lives Matter riots. I was heartbroken by people like Mark Ruffalo, Josh Gad, Ben Stiller, all people I grew up with. All because they threw their fames away just so they could become extremists. I want to be tolerant, but they're never. They're ignorant. They're crazy. You're crazy, Hamill. I am more defensive of Kevin Sorbo being a right-wing extremist because he got fucking blacklisted. Well, you're allowed to say whatever you want. You are the same thing you claim we do. Yeah, I'm not going over this whole counter-argument of... Because truth is, we don't treat the trans community like shit, alright? We just think some things should stick to biology. We just think some things should stick to biology, and, you know... Oh, we just don't think they should be praised 24/7. You, on the other hand, treat others like shit. You are someone who doesn't stop. You are someone who makes people feel insecure about themselves, especially in the film industry. I kind of wish that Kurt Russell, Big Trouble in China, I kind of wish that Kurt Russell was Luke Skywalker. Why? Because he fits the role, he's actually a decent human being, and it's not just because he's a conservative, but it's because he treats people well. You are not. You never had a career like your colleague Harrison Ford. You are a pathetic human being. I'm not falling for this bullshit lie that Kevin Sorbo was blacklisted because no one wants to work with him. I'm not falling for this lie that people blacklisted James Woods because no one wants to work with him. You are the exact opposite of both of them. You're just like them. And if they treat people like shit, I'll condemn them too. In fact, I did treat the other side like shit for a bit. I was in my own comfort zone, not knowing that I had family members on the opposite side of the spectrum. I just don't know why God would put you on this earth. Just for you to become famous and you would fall. I've seen all the hateful words. I don't give a fuck what anyone says about me. About, like, the fucking LGBT counter-argument and shit. I'm just gonna say what I have to say. I saw the hatred with you, Markiplier, Shay Frillis, Animat, Illymation, all these other Jade Animations, Brian Cox, all these other people that I loved growing up, and they all threw it away just so they could go into a tribalist like Mad Max state. Mel Gibson barely talks about politics compared to you. Stallone barely talks about politics compared to you. Adam Sandler and Joe Pesci are both conservatives, and they never say a gosh darn thing. You are a pathetic human being, Hamill, and you are obsessed with one man. You are hateful of another party. You are obsessed with politics rather than your old career. And guess what, Hamill? If Gina Carano wins the lawsuit, my prediction is more of your least favorite people in the world will come into that industry, and more people like you will be given the same treatment as her. Goodbye, Hamill. I don't know what made you deserving of this fame. I don't know what made you deserving of all your blessings. I don't know what made you deserving of anything, sir. Because you don't deserve your fame. You're an ass. You're treating people like me like shit. I expect my family members on the opposite side of the spectrum to treat me like shit. And celebrities to be more tolerant because they're public figures. But they're not. You're not. You're shit. I don't even want to make fun of you anymore. I just hate you now. But this is a message to left-wing people possibly watching this video, if you made it this far. It's starting to rain here. I don't want to end up like him. Alright? I am going to share my view every once in a while, but I'm not going to go all harsh. Alright? You know, I want to be the kind of person, like Kelsey Grammer. You know who I am, but I'm not constantly showing it in your face. I'm not being a dick about it. It's starting to rain. And here's another message to some of the liberal viewers here. Hollywood does everything for you. Not just because they lean your side. But look, they're changing genders of characters. They don't want me to make movies about blacks and Native Americans, stuff that I want to do. They're starting to enforce rules like that for you. I don't even believe half of you believe that ridiculous ideology. So when it comes to Mark Hamill, you either thank him or you condemn him. The choice is yours. Because when I get into the film industry, I am never stepping 10 feet within that man. He is a traitor to his fans, his fame, and I want nothing to do with him anymore.